Yes!
Catch that.
Woohoo!
Welcome back to a fast track guide here at Stunt Culture. Today we're going to be doing the Roundoff Rewind. Also, stay tuned guys, because we've got a little surprise in this video, and you're definitely going to want to know what it is.
I didn't get the memo.
So if you guys haven't seen any of our videos yet, my name is Cody.
I'm Christine.
And today we're going to go through the Roundoff Rewind. Wow, I even went slow and tried to say it properly and I still messed it up. So yeah, we're going to do the fast track guide for the Roundoff Rewind. This is insane. Doing the fast track guide for the Roundoff Rewind. So we're going to take you through the progressions, but first off, before you get started, there are a couple prerequisites. It is a good idea that you can already do a standing rewind. Also, if it's a good idea that the flyer has like a good round-off and potentially round-off tuck. If you don't have a round-off tuck, it's not a big deal. We can still do this skill, but it is going to be beneficial if the flyer is at least working on the round-off tuck and at least has a good round-off. But what we'll do is we'll take you through the progressions for that skill. If you guys haven't done the standing rewind, go through the progressions for that skill first and then come back and learn this skill. So before we get stuck into the fast track guide, I just wanted to mention that we're also going to be reviewing the Nfinity Flyte Infinity shoes. CheerDirect was kind enough to send us a few pairs of shoes because going forward we want to start reviewing different styles of cheerleading shoes. And this was one of the first pairs that we wanted to start with. So what we're going to do is we're going to review them as a base, flyer and tumbler, who is Jackson, who's behind the camera right now. And then we're going to put up a review video just letting you guys know how we feel about them, the weight, the feel in our hands as a base, also the feel for the flyer. And what we're also going to do is we're going to do a giveaway for a pair of these shoes as well. So just check out the description below if you're interested in jumping in on that giveaway to possibly win a pair of the Nfinity Flyte Infinity shoes. So let's get stuck into that fast track.
No, it's not in there.
These two were squirty.
So now, what we're going to do is we're going to get stuck into that first progression. So the first progression that we recommend. You already know this video is going to be a struggle because I can't talk today, so just expect me to mess up every word I say. First progression we're going to do is round off to boxes. This is just the one that we recommend that flyers do before they start. You should be able to do this pretty quickly if you already have a round off tuck, so that'll be easy. Now, I recommend that you have it about shoulder height, maybe a little bit low, like a little bit lower around your shoulder blades. And Christine's going to take you away.
First thing I'm going to do is mark out my round off. I just go from a power start to make sure the round off is more consistent. So starting right next to the boxes, I'm just going to mark it out first. Good, and all you want to be thinking about in the rebound is just reaching up nice and tall, pushing through your toes, and then staying in that dish position the whole time, trying to land on the box. Good. So that tall position out of your round off is a set for the round off rewind. So
when she did that then, she did it in a straight position, which is actually like a really good idea to practice that, because once you get the round off tuck, you're going to want to work lays anyway. But it's going to help practice to get your shins and your toes up and over, because what a lot of flyers do at first is it's super close.
Yeah, sorry bro, sorry.
And that lens as well.
Yeah, sorry.
Because what a lot of flyers do at first is they pull their heels into their butt, and if their feet don't come over first, as a base, we're not going to be able to see your feet, and we need to be able to see them to catch them, so it makes it a lot harder. So practicing it like that's actually a good idea. And the next progression that we're going to do now anyway is a timer. For this progression, what you're working on as the base especially is just that timing for the grab, the dip, and then the flick through. So what we're going to do first is Christine's going to do a round-off rebound. I'm going to try and grab, making sure I'm grabbing her lower back, the dimple area, or aiming for like the bands for her shorts. So I'm catching nice and low, not too high. That way, when you do start flipping, when you do start throwing this and she starts flipping, you're going to help with her rotation and not stop her rotation. So I'm going to be squatting down. I keep my feet even for this. I don't have a staggered stance, but I'm going to keep my chest up. That's really important because Christine needs to get as close as possible. So I see her feet come through, then I grab nice and early, and then stop her and like drive through. You don't want to be bringing her all the way in and then trying to throw. You want to grab as soon as possible and stopping her momentum a little bit so it doesn't like bowl you back. So when you do this, squat down nice and low, but keep your chest up. If you're leaning into it, chances are you might get kicked in the face on a few. So this one is really about timing and getting the right grip for the base.
For the flyer, don't change a thing going into your base as what you do to the boxes. So nice, fast round off, big rebound reaching up, and then for this one, we're just gonna hold that nice, tight, hollow position.
So make sure that you're doing that a bunch. Do that until you're consistently grabbing around the bands or around the dimples of her back. If you're still grabbing high, don't move on to the next one because it's only gonna mess you up anyway. So what the next one we're gonna do is now we're gonna go into a round-off rewind drill where Christine's now gonna reach over rather than going straight up, and I'm gonna bring her over top of me. So we'll get into that. So basically, as a flyer, when you do that first progression, the boxes are obviously mimicking a human, and you're trying to get up and over because we need the flyer to pop over us to then drive through. From here, as soon as I see her reach and her feet come over, I try and grab her as soon as I possibly can. So as soon as I can touch her, I will grab, then I bring my elbows in, making sure that I don't pull the flyer in, but instead what I think about doing, as soon as I grab them, I think about dipping so that when they rebound, they pop over the top and I'm not all the way in close. I have that slight bend and bringing them over top. As soon as they pop over, I'm gonna drive through my legs, drive through my arms, and give them that flick through my thumbs at the top, which makes a huge difference in that height and the rotation. Because what I'm aiming to grab is around the dimple area of their lower back, so that when they do pop over, instead of having to like launch them, I'm literally guiding them over and then just rolling through my thumbs so that it helps with their rotation, keeping my arms up for the catch, and then absorbing through my legs. So what we're gonna do for this timer, I'm gonna grab early, dip as I grab, pull over top, stand up, and then back down. You should feel the flyer push you back a little bit, so make sure you don't drop them off the back. So if you feel more comfortable, have some mats behind you just in case they do go back, or have someone spotting. But yeah, you basically wanna feel them come over so that you step back and then bring them down in front. So.
Just quickly, for the flyer, go into the round-off rebound the exact same as you would for the box. Try not to change too much, but as soon as you can feel your base standing up, that's when you want to start lifting your shins. Just one quick tip though, for a flyer, make sure you're wearing just a crop top or just a shirt that's tucked in at the back because you don't want to be slipping off.
Cool. It will take a few attempts to like get the distance right. I would probably recommend just staying back a little bit further than you need for the first few, just so you don't get kicked in the face. And then that's the other reason to keep your chest up. If you're like leaning into it right as they kick over, it's probably not gonna feel great if you do get kicked. So just start a little bit further back. As you get comfortable, then move closer and closer. But just make sure your chest is up, watch their feet come through, and then reach to grab, dip as you grab, and pop over. Really think about catching, come here for a sec. Really think about catching like dimple area or a little bit lower on their back, even like the band of where they're wearing their shorts. If you catch in the middle of their back at all, they're not gonna rotate, it's gonna be really hard.
For the flyer with the timing, just really concentrate on waiting so you can get over the top of your base. And then try and get a feel for when he's actually standing up and starting to flick, because that's when you want to start lifting up your knees and your shins for that tuck.
Okay, so now once you're comfortable with that timer of bringing your fly over top, next step is to actually throw the skill. So I brought Jackson in, and he's going to dual base this skill with me. So he's just going to go over what he's going to do to help.
So when Christine comes in out of her round off and she goes to the rewind, you're going to be on her hamstrings and her back, and you just guide it through. This is mainly the main base of this skill. You're just there to assist. You're not meant to like take over. It's not meant to be between you. You're assisting their skill.
Yeah.
So as she comes up, just a little bit of pressure through her hamstrings just to help guide through. And then as it pops over the top, you just keep your hands up for Cody, grab the toe and the ankle. He's going to be a lot taller than me, so he's going to shrug down and bend his legs, and I'm going to reach up. But once it hits, you can let go and just be there for a spot.
With a flyer, You're reaching up, pulling those legs up as they're starting to stand up and flick through. And then for the landing, I like to spot my feet and then extend by rolling up into that tight position. Just like we do for the normal rewinds, if you guys have seen that video. If not, you should go check it out.
We'll do that one more time just so Jackson can put that in slow-mo so you can kind of break it down a little bit more, see it a little better.
Change the settings.
Awesome. So, same thing, make sure you do this a bunch so you're catching it at the top and you're comfortable with it. Now we're going to do that skill single base. We're going to do it a couple of times so that, again, Jackson can put one in slow-mo so you guys can analyze it. Try not to pick on us too much for a bad technique because we do have some bad habits. But just really focus on that timing, grabbing nice and low, following through, keeping your arms up to absorb.
I believe in you, Christmas. Christmas, I believe in you. You can do this. You got this.
So we'll do that one more time so you guys can watch it in slow-mo.
Gotta change the settings. What a good go. Look at that. Woo! What a good go.
That grunt.
Cody?
Yes.
We forgot the outro.
Yes, we did. Cool. So if you guys had any questions about that round-off rewind or any of the technique in it, hit us up in the comments below or hit us up on Instagram. Also, don't forget, we're going to be doing that review and that giveaway for those Nfinity Flyte Cheer Shoes. So make sure you check the description on here on an Instagram as well. Get involved so you can get some shoes, and then hopefully in about a week or two we'll actually release the review. But if you like our videos, make sure you subscribe, like, and let us know what you think. See you in the next video. Peace.